no, my mic is dead. Why is my mic dead? So we're going to continue time under tension with shoulder stability because it's an important combination, and as we have seen this week with clients, there's been a lot of neck tightness and shoulder problems partially because of weather change, but just the different stresses of life are on the body right now. So we have to remember that the shoulders and hips are analogous joints, except for one thing. The hips are load-bearing joints, and the shoulders, there's the word I'm looking for. Get over here. Non-load-bearing joints. But what's really interesting is when you watch an animal run, you can see how the shoulders, even in animals and humans, work. We load the hips, and we propel ourselves forward, and then the front extremities catch, and then it's a run. Catch, run, catch, run, catch, run. So the majority of the forward motion actually comes from the rear hips. The fronts just advance the legs forward into a second load, and they can fire off again. So we're going to work on connecting the shoulders to the hips through core. So this is time under tension with shoulder stability. But to start out, we must start out all the way down in the calves, because the calves are so responsible for upright posture. So go ahead and put your left foot on top of the block, drop your heel down, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy, and we're going to pump those hips forward. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back, and you're pumping forward. Keep breathing. First chakra's on, that's your pelvic floor. Second chakra, that's your lower abs. Third chakra, your upper abs. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Get yourself into that really good posture to lengthen out the gastrocnemius. Pump forward. Keep your abs engaged. This is time under tension, so you should not feel this in any joints. That includes your low back, your knees, your neck, shoulders. You should feel it in muscles instead, because we're working muscles and not joints. And here we go. Step forward, step back, hips back. Step forward, step back, hips back. Abs are nice and tight. Keep that head up. As I was saying, I was working with a client, and she couldn't believe that if your heel drops down, your face slams into the ground. And as we were rocking around, the situation came up where your heel dropped down. She felt that strong tendency of her face to drop down, and she thought she should start practicing. Abs are nice and tight. What number is that?
9. 10.
Okay, stay here. As you do hip circles, you're sucking in your tummy, your shoulder blades are down and back, you're working your abs, you're working balance, you're getting that hip mechanics going on. Ab stabilization. You're lengthening your calf, your gastroc.
Opposite direction.
Okay. Keep breathing. Okay, let's switch to that other side. As we drop our heel down, feet go parallel, abs are nice and tight. And parallel is just pretty much a rule of this class. Sucking that tummy, first, second, third chakras are on. You can pump those hips forward. We're lengthening this gastrocnemius. Smiles are up. Just feel what it feels like and what it does to your posture, and how, if you get it, it allows your chest to be up and open. So people with really good posture tend to have looser calves. People with really tight calves tend to have anterior head carriage and rounded shoulders. Smiles are up. Suck in that tummy.
10.
Okay, step forward, step back, hips back. It's totally normal if one side is tighter than the other. We don't like it, but it's normal. So step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. Suck in that tummy. No pressure to your low back, no work into your neck. Don't let that head drop down. That's the whole point of this activity, is preventing a face plant. Okay, hip circles. Move those hips, suck in that tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. Abs are nice and tight.
Opposite direction.
Yep. Make sure the work's coming from your abdomen, not so much from your knees or even your butt.
10.
Good. We're going to do a quick stretch from here. We're going to stretch out your quads. So the muscles that propel you forward, your calves, your quads, and your butt, you got to make sure those stay loose. You're going to just grab a hold of your left ankle with your left hand, and you're going to bring your knees together. I know I see a lot of runners do this. I don't really know why unless they're hurdleists. You want to bring your knees together like this. This stretches out your quad. Once you do, you can take that leg back behind you, but keep it in that same line as you had when you started. And it's just going back and forth like this, stretching out what's called the rectus femoris. The rectus femoris is a hip flexor as well as a knee extender. So it extends your knee and flexes your hip. So we got length in this. So we're going to flex the knee, extend the hip, which is opposite. Keep your abs engaged. No pain in any joint. That includes your knee or your standing hip.
10.
Okay, let's switch sides. Knees coming together, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Same thing on this side, don't open up, keep those knees together. How do you take that leg back behind you? Feel what it feels like. Suck in that tummy, woo! Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed. Uh-oh. Keep those knees together.
10.
Okay, go ahead and release that leg. See what it feels like to stand. You should feel much more, almost oxygenation into your legs. Your knees are easier to bend. Keep your abs engaged, your shoulder blades are down and back. You're sucking in your tummy. Okay, we're going to do a quick figure 4 stretch. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee. You're going to stick out your booty. You're going to lower down. You're going to keep your chest up. This is time under tension. So you're going to use your quads, your calves, your butt, and your abs, your lats. So hold you up. Keep that knee over the top of your foot. Lower down as much as you can. Suck in that tummy. This is getting your glute max. So we said calves, quads, and butt. Big 3. Okay, we're just going to straighten our legs, go to a forward fold. Suck in that tummy. Abs are nice and tight. So we're doing this for the shoulders. And then we're gonna come on up. Your leg is straight. You can do what Mario's doing, 2 arms in the air. You can do it like I'm doing, 1 arm on the roller. I'll try it. Ah! Smiles are up. Suck in that tummy. Yay for my shirt. And good, we're gonna switch sides. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, toe up, abs nice and tight. You're gonna sink into this. Jaws relaxed, smiles are up. Suck in that tummy, lower down. Chest up, smiles up. Keep breathing. As you now do a forward fold. Oh. Suck in that tummy. And then we're coming up. We're going to be nice and tall. You can put both arms up like Mario does, or you can keep one hand on the roller. It doesn't matter. Suck in that tummy. Hold that balance. And good. Now we can start. You can put your roller off to the side. Trying to figure out a way to simplify the explanation of this, but we're using an opposition of muscles, so you're going to interlock your fingers. So we're going to work on your right extremity first. We're going to practice pulling apart. So you're literally trying to pull apart your hands, but your grip is keeping them together. Okay, so you're gonna pull your arm across midline. You're gonna bring your left elbow closer to your body, which is gonna give it mechanical advantage. Abs are nice and tight. You're just gonna lift your arm up and down as you're ripping apart. Suck in your tummy, your abs are on, your legs are on, your pelvic floor is on. All those things are stabilizing to help protect your shoulder. You should feel the pull apart. Keep pulling apart. And then here we go, we're gonna move it around. Keep pulling apart, keep your abs engaged. Pull, pull, pull. You should feel the majority of this in your right shoulder, not your left. Okay, opposite direction.
Still in your right shoulder.
Yes. Okay, good. Pull it across midline even further. Abs are nice and tight. Lift up, lift down. You're trying to pull this arm away. Abs are engaged. Whew. Okay, we're going to take it over here now. Abs are nice and tight. You're pulling apart still, trying to get that opposition of force, and then you're lifting and lowering. Oh my goodness. It is okay if your shoulders catch on fire. Oh. Okay, shake out those arms real quick. If you are doing this correctly, it should be hard. If you don't feel anything, something's not happening.
Gillen's got it.
Grab a hold of your hands again. This arm's going to come out, this one's going to be closer to your body, so your left elbow's out, and you're trying to take your left elbow this way, your right arm's just not, is resisting it. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. We're going to start off by going up and down. Sucking that tummy. Keep ripping apart. This is stabilizing dynamic motion. This is a weird combination, but if you can do this, it starts protecting your shoulder a great deal. Keep your abs engaged. Don't turn off your abs. Keep that navel to your spine. Keep your pelvic floor on. And here we go. Round and round you go. Keep that elbow open. That's the left one. Opposite direction. Oh. These are working all the small stabilizing muscles of the shoulders. Okay, keep your arm there. We're going to cross midline. You're still ripping apart. You're still trying to take this arm that way as you lift up and down. Keep your abs engaged, sucking that tummy. Your lats are working. All sorts of small muscles called your sits muscles are working right now. Those are your rotator cuff muscles. Okay, take your arm out to the side, same thing. Oh goodness, this is odd. Okay, shake out those arms. Okay, now you're going to take your hands. You're going to interlock anyways, but visualize you're just holding a playing card between your hands and you're pushing together now. But you can interlock your fingers if you'd like. So you're just going to lift up and down off midline. So your hands are in a prayer position up to the side. Like this guy needs more prayers over here than everyone else in the room. Abs are nice and tight. Keep that elbow up. As you figure out how to stabilize your shoulders, now using flexor muscles.
10.
Okay, here we go. We're going to take it out. Still, primarily using your right shoulder, even though the left shoulder is involved. Opposite direction. Abs are engaged. Keep squeezing. There's a credit card between your hands. You don't want to lose it.
Fine.
Okay, and then here we go. We're going to move it to the other side. We're still squeezing. And here it goes, up and down. So this is working your pectoralis major now. Abs are nice and tight. We're doing the motion. Keep sucking in that tummy. Keep your quads alive. Keep your feet alive. Keep your pelvic floor alive. Opposite direction. Okay, shake those arms out. Okay, we're going to do the harder of the two. We're going to interlock our fingers again. We're going to rip our arms apart, only we're going to do it over the top of our head.
We're not going to do the other side?
What other side? Yeah. We will.
Oh.
We will. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy, your arms over the top of your head. You're just going to go forward and backwards as you're pulling apart. So you're trying to rip your arms apart. Keep your abs engaged. Don't let your back hyperextend. This is about opening up your shoulders while you're stabilizing your abs. Time under tension. Okay, now we're going to do the harder of the two. You're going to squeeze together that credit card that's in your hand. It's attached by a string to your daughter who wants to rip it out and spend something. Don't let it happen. Keep squeezing your hands together. Abs are nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. You should feel everything but your neck right now. Pulling apart hard. And what you're going to do is move your arms away from your body, but keep your abs engaged. And you move your body. Kiss my butt, guys. Suck in that tummy. Suck it in. Chest up. Away and towards, away and towards. You're getting used to stabilizing your shoulders through the full range of motion. This is opening things up. Chest up. Oh my goodness, look at Maria's arms. Mine are so wimpy in comparison. Abs are nice and tight.
10.
Okay. Now, whoo, get some blood flow in there. We're going to push our hands together, but back behind us. This is really hard. This is working your adductors. If you have troubles, you can interlock your pinky and ring fingers, but you're pushing together. Push, and your hands go away from you. You're sucking in your tummy as you do this. Oh, push, 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 push. Don't lose that credit card. It's one of those 35% interest credit cards that's compounded daily.
10.
Good. Whoa. Okay, then you're going to take your, this is going to be your right hand back behind you, your left hand. So you're trying to take this arm out this way. This one's preventing it. Chest goes up, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to move away. Arms are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. Don't let that tummy hang out, even though it might be your shirt. Arms are nice and tight.
Are you claiming my shirt is sticking up?
I'm talking about mine. Okay, and then we're going to reverse arms. So this arm's going to try to go out as your right arm prevents it. Keep ripping apart. You should feel a lot of tension about your shoulders, but not in your neck, because you're not using your neck. You should feel it in your abs, and that's about it. Okay. Shake out your arm for a split second. Now, you're going to take this arm and it's going to go up. So the force is up and your right hand's going to, or sorry, your left hand's going to push down. So it's this kind of opposition. Okay? Here we go. Push down, lift up, and take it back behind you. Suck in that tummy. Notice how easy it is to let go of your abs just because you feel tension in your shoulders.
9, 10.
Okay? Now this arm's going to go up, and this arm's going to push down. Create that opposition as your arms now go away from you. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Keep breathing.
10.
Good job. Shake out those arms. The next one's kind of intense. You're gonna put your right arm behind your back and it's gonna push into your spine and this arm's gonna push away. So you're creating a kind of internal-external rotation and you're gonna push away. It's like you're doing CPR behind your back because you're so good at it. Abs.
10.
Okay, we're gonna do the other side. One arm's coming into your back, the other one's pushing away. You're gonna do it again. Abs. Keep sucking your tummy. Ooh, burning, burning, burning. Okay, shake out your arms. You guys did an amazing job. Just move around your neck to see if you accidentally put the work in your neck, which you shouldn't have because we were working the shoulders. And now you're gonna take your, what is this? Right hand, put it behind your shoulder blade. Chest is up, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. And we're gonna do torso motion. Keep your abs engaged. And you should feel how much easier it is to open it up, having the muscles stabilize. You can move your neck around with it too. I saw previews for Matrix 4, so that means there's going to be more bullet dodging. So you guys got to keep warmed up. Opposite direction. Abs are engaged. Okay, take this arm, shake it out. We're going to take this arm, put it behind your back. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start out with torso rotations. You're opening up this pectoralis major. It's interesting because we have the pec major muscle in the front, but then we have 5 muscles in the back to counter the pec. So that's how strong the pec is. And that's how come when you eat chicken, you eat breast meat, you don't eat back meat. There's nothing back there.
Opposite direction.
Yeah. And you can add your head into the equation.
Belly in.
It is. It's my shirt. Okay, arms over the top of your head. Just stretch out. You did a lot of work with your shoulders, and we're going to see what stabilizing the shoulders do for your neck, because we get in this bad habit of letting the shoulders tell the neck what to do, whereas the neck is supposed to tell the shoulders what to do. That way, if your shoulder gets tight, your neck doesn't have to get tight. So, let's look at it. We're going to rotate our head around, see if it feels like it has more range of motion, which it should. Okay, we're going to increase it by putting our left hand against the side of our face. And your head's going to try to go this way, your hand's going to try to push this way as you push your hand into your face, creating opposition now in your neck. This is causing your shoulders to stabilize in terms of your neck. Abs are nice and tight, and then we're going to do flexion and extension. You're going to say yes. Abs are nice and tight. Or as Mario calls this, oh my goodness gracious pose.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Okay, other side. Hand against your face. You're leaning your head this way, your hand's pushing it that way. And then, yes. Abs are nice and tight, because ultimately it's your abs that protect your neck.
Last one.
Okay, last one. Okay, we're going to try to do a rotation now. You're going to turn your head to the left, and your hand's going to try to push your head to the right, but ultimately nothing actually happens. So this one's really like the headache kind of position. Rotate into it, push away from it, and then say yes.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear. Or "Ay-ya!" That's what my mom would say to me regularly. I thought that was a good thing growing up. My mom said it so much.
It was your other name.
Yes.
Okay.
And now your head's going to rotate to the right. You're putting your right hand against it, resisting it, and you're going to say yes again. Ay-ya! that was my nickname. Remember that?
10.
Okay, good. Just see how your neck feels moving it around. You should have a whole lot more rotation and ability to move your neck, and that should be great. It's okay if it's crunchy or grindy, it's getting mobility back. Okay. Now we're going to take our, what's this? Left leg back behind you, front knee is bent. Abs are nice and tight, you're going to do some sit-ups. You're going to suck in your tummy, then release. Suck in your tummy, release. Suck in your tummy, release. Okay? Here we go. Really try to change the shape of your abdomen. Don't use your neck or your shoulders. We just figure out what they have to do. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in that tummy.
10.
Okay. Now we're going to do sit-ups here. You're going to bring your left elbow to your right knee. And we're going to come back up again. You're sucking in your tummy. Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed. Abs are engaged. You should feel this in no joints, especially your low back. If you do, you need to tighten something up. Something's not working. If you feel it in your knee, you have to tighten your quads and your hamstrings. If you feel it in your low back, you have to tighten your abs. What number is that?
9.
Oh my god.
10.
Stay in this position. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to take your hand back behind you. Keep your butt sticking out. Keep your abs stabilized as you lift and lower that rear leg. That foot's going to also go back to the same spot. It's like a water shear. It comes back to the same spot every year. Suck in your tongue. Smiles are up. Abs are engaged.
10.
Yeah, let's switch sides. I already cut my hair yesterday, so I look all fresh and clean now. So you're bending your front knee, your knees over the top of your foot, your rear leg is straight, your hands on your knee, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy, your butt's out. Make sure you're feeling muscles and not joints. Abs are nice and tight, here we do sit-ups. Suck it in and release. Really change the shape of your abdomen as you suck it in. Keep your head up, shoulder blades down and back. Smiles are up. Good job. Now, you're going to do sit-ups. You're going to take your left elbow to your right knee. Coming back up. Jaws relaxed. Abs are nice and tight. You should feel your quad and your butt because those are your target muscles. You should not feel it in your knee joint, your hip, or your low back. If you do, that means something needs to turn on because this is time under tension, so we're working muscles and not joints. Suck in that tummy. Jaws relaxed.
10.
How did this side look so much faster? Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're staying in this position. Remember where your right foot is. You're going to lift it up and lower it back down in the same exact spot. Keep this front knee bent. Abs are engaged. Smiles are up. Feel your butt working. Your abs working. You should not feel your spine working. Your knee or your ankle.
10.
Okay, so I got the 2 feet. As we do our first hip circle. Where is it? Abs are nice and tight. Let me check and see if my mic is still working. It is long since dead. I'm gonna have to borrow Maria's mic. Could you hear me the whole time, Gillen? You could? That's interesting. I wonder where your hearing is. Opposite direction. Opposite direction. Really feel where that hip circle is coming from. Okay, just stand, see what it feels like to have your feet parallel, knees bent, knees over the tops of your feet. We're going to go back to upper extremity work for a moment. As we look at the two different types of rings that we can make, this upper body ring, we're going to have a slight bend in the arm. We're making this upper body ring right here with the arms. You're pushing your hands together. Slightly straighten. Feel the dynamic energy. Look at Maria. Maria's doing an amazing job of creating that energy right through here. And now what we're going to do is maintain that energy between our arms and move from our abs. And you can move in all different positions. This is what's so hard about golf, is you got to keep that upper ring going on and move from your abs and your hips and not from your shoulders and your arms. And that's why a lot of golf players look like they're actually weeding instead of playing golf. And if you do this correctly, this is a pretty intense sit-up. Keep squeezing as you now interlock your fingers. So now what we're going to do is try to rip our arms apart. This is probably more useful for golfers. That's why they have all these weird grips, but they're supposed to hold tension but relax. All these things that don't make sense. Hold your hands together, rip your hands apart. Abs are nice and tight. Move your arms around. Keep that dynamic ring tension up in this upper half of the body. Be able to swing, be able to move. Keep that tension in the shoulders. Shoulders don't change shape. It's your torso. And this is where you also find out why certain people can only hit with a 9-iron and nothing else, because they get used to one height, because they don't know how to move through it through their hips. Keep that ring tension on, but move through their core. So lower yourselves down slightly as you do this. Okay, good. Good, shake it out. Abs are nice and tight. You should feel your abs now, and your shoulders should feel super mobile. So, Maria and I did something called the hash, but we led the hash this time, and so I had to take a machete out and clear the trail, and I had to cut back some California grass with the machete. I found every time I tried to hack with the machete with my arm, nothing happened, but if I hacked it with my whole body, then it was 106. Well, back then it was 155 pounds, was moving it around, and it would cut the grass. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. We're gonna go down onto our knee on the block. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in that tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to start out just by going side to side. We're getting back in the hips, back into your core. Your head stays over the top of your knee. Your smiles are up. Jaws relaxed. Don't move that head. And then now we're going to come forward. Same thing, side to side. Keep your face relaxed because we're using our abs. It's always interesting to see like cheetahs running after their prey, how serene their face looks because they're focused and they're not putting energy into facial expression. They're putting energy into eating. Okay, good. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to come back into our thinker poses immediately. So push back. If you feel excessive pressure into your metatarsal head, that definitely means you need to push your heel back, because what we want to do is stretch out the plantar fascia and the Achilles tendon into the calf muscle. So you're in this position. We're going to go into the thinker pose, which is cross body. You're going to suck in your tummy and just see how it feels. So it's a whole lot harder to be the thinker than you think, because you have to think about turning on your abs to be the thinker. So there's a whole lot of thinking going on in the thinking position. Okay, here we go. We're going to do our sit-ups first. We're going to bring our elbow to our knee and then back open. Abs are nice and tight. You can keep that ring going on, like almost pretend you're holding a stick or a paddle or a long row and you're pushing, not using your shoulders, but using your body. Good. Come back up again. We're gonna do our jumps now. We're gonna jump forward and then we're gonna come back. Your left hand follows your right leg. It's a little weird when you compact back up, but then you spring out. Remember, we're not using our knee or our foot or our back or our necks. We're using muscles. You're using your quad and your butt specifically on this while stabilizing your core. We're gonna do 20. Keep breathing. Remember?
13.
Oh my goodness. Abs.
14.
I count better than you do. See, Gillen agrees.
19.
One more.
20.
We made it across the finish line. Let us switch sides. Okay, your right knee goes on the block, left foot is forward, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. First, second, third chakras are on as your hips go side to side. Your goal is to keep your head over the top of the block. Smiles are up. Abs are engaged. Okay, we're gonna push forward, do the same thing, side to side. Try to keep your head still. Ooh, look at my hair, looks so good. Okay, then we're gonna push back into our thinker pose. We're gonna think. We're gonna put our elbow on our knee, the right elbow on our left knee. We're gonna think, 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 and think some more. Abs are engaged, you're sucking your tummy, we're creating a rotational twist. If you don't practice opening it up, it won't happen on its own, I promise you. And I am the most guilty of this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do sit-ups, stay in this position. Again, if you feel excessive pressure in your metatarsal heads, push your heel back, and here we go. Suck in your tummy. Nothing's worse than rotation without stability. Hold on to your oar, so you're keeping that upper ring. And that's why when you see people canoeing, it looks like they're not using their arms at all. Okay, here we go for our jumps. Remember, your right hand follows your left foot as we jump forward and back. No pressure in your knees, no pressure in your foot, no pressure in your back or your neck. Keep breathing. Suck that tummy in. Smiles are up. Your target muscles are your quad and your butt. Nothing else. You're stabilizing with your abs and your lats. Watch the balance. Remember that? In case you lost count.
20.
All right. Come into kneeling. Oh. Oh. Where's my block? There it is. We'll just do a quick stretch. You're going to stretch out your shins, lift up those toes. We're going to do sit-ups, suck in that tummy, then release. What's going on here with the mic? Suck in that tummy and release. Suck it in, release. Change the shape of your abdomen. Don't let it become a mamona. there are certain things in your life that should get bigger, like your bank account, your stock portfolio, your garden. But not your belly, not your butt, not the thing underneath your chin. Okay. Curl your toes under, abs are nice and tight. You're gonna push your hips back. We're gonna do one quick stretch of these. We'll only do 10 of these. You're gonna suck in your tummy and then release. Yeah, so your momona should not be the one growing in abundance. My bank account should be as good as my belly.
You should start calling it momona.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling my bank account momona. Okay, good. All right, we're only gonna do a few of these. We're gonna do quick pelvic floor exercises, then we'll go on to stability, connecting the shoulders to the hips. So you're gonna sit on top of the ball. The ball is midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone as you sit with the ball on top of the block. Got it right this time. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna squeeze that pelvic floor, and as you do, you're sucking in your tummy. Pelvic floor, abs. Shoulder blades are down and back. Most important part, get your head over top of the ball. Smiles are up. Jaws relaxed. Abs. Create body shape, strength of that pelvic floor. I was recently looking at this article. It was 5 ways to prevent leaking during double unders. Double unders are CrossFit's favorite jump rope. It's where you're jumping, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, but then you go 1, 2, 1, 2. And for some reason it causes women's pelvic floor, sometimes men's pelvic floors to shut off and they pee in their pants. So there's whole strategies on how to get the double under. So these are strong, healthy people that haven't had babies and they're still peeing in their pants because they have weak pelvic floor. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. Okay, we're gonna take our right leg forward, left leg back. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna create that upper ring that we talked about. We're gonna hold like a tree and we're just gonna rotate to the right. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. So it's easy to just flop your arms. See how my torso is not moving? I want your whole torso rotating. This will turn on your right latissimus dorsi. You'll feel it in your flank back here. Suck in your tummy. This is in case you want to choke somebody and you want to show everyone that you're choking them. Abs are on. Keep that pelvic floor on. Don't let your pelvic floor turn off just because you're using your lats. Okay, good. Switch sides. We did enough shoulder work. We don't have to do more, but we are going to get this piece. Abs are on because this is a connector piece. Keep that upper ring nice and stabilized. Keep breathing. Keep sucking in that tummy. What number?
19.
Okay, so now you should feel your lats as we go on to 2 feet. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. This is where it's easy to go into your low back. So you're first gonna grab a hold of your knees. You're gonna suck in your tummy, tighten your pelvic floor, suck in your tummy, tighten your pelvic floor. Just keep repeating that action. Make sure that ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone as you do so. You're gonna hold your tree or hold your friend's neck. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna take it over the top of your head, back down. Use your abs. You're not arching your back. You're articulating your shoulders, but with stability because you're keeping that ring on like you're holding a ball. Make sure your lats are working. All your shoulder muscles are working. Your pelvic floor is working. Okay. Keep your arms over top of your head. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna just now move your abs. Keep that ring going on. Don't lose that ring tension. Keep breathing. And now go in the opposite direction. Okay. And then rest out those arms. That was actually a lot of work. Hands go on your knees as we do a forward fold. Oh, just stretch into it. You guys know how to do it. Lift your arches. Keep those feet parallel. And then fire up first, second, third chakras. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, bend your knees, put your hands on your knees. We're gonna do sit-ups real quick. Suck in that tummy and release. Suck it in, release. Jaws relaxed, release. Smiles are up, release. Oh, what number is that? Release. Okay, good. We're gonna head to the ground. Okay, ball's gonna go on the small of your back. Oh, microphone. Okay, ball's on the small of your back. You're gonna activate your abs. You're gonna keep your shoulder blades down and back. You're gonna suck in your tummy. First, just engage your abs. Try to flatten out your tummy. Try to pop that ball behind you. Keep breathing. Okay, now we're gonna do something, and there's not a whole lot of motion. So you're gonna try to connect your left shoulder to your right hip, and then your right shoulder to your left hip with these small little rotations. You're not gonna move your shoulders. You're gonna suck in your tummy and just try to change the shape of your abdomen. It's very, very small. It's connecting your shoulders to your hips without changing the shape of your body, because that's what you're gonna have to do in life. And if you lose the ab connection, that's when we start hurting the shoulders. So I really want you to get this. If you do this correctly, your abs should actually cramp. You feel it? Does Mario feel it? Mario feels it, so that means you guys should feel it. Keep going. This is a good one. We're gonna get it till it burns. Because we're making that connection of shoulders to hips through the abs. And the abs is a major facilitator in this. Remember? Okay, good. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in your tummy. We're going to take your left hand forward, right leg off the ground. You're keeping that same connection as you bring those 2 points together. Suck that tummy in, change the shape of your abdomen. Remember? Okay, switch sides. Suck that tummy in. Okay, good. Rest. By rest, I mean suck in your tummy. Suck in that tummy and release. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Okay. Now, we're gonna need our block, our roller, and we're gonna put the block behind your shoulder blade. And you're gonna put the roller behind your head. Have the second block handy. From there, you're gonna put that underneath your ankles. Sorry, I don't know where I got that from. You're gonna put it underneath your ankles, all the way down here. We're going downtown. Okay, your abs are engaged. We're gonna do sit-ups. Your neck's not involved. That's why we put it on the roller. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy and releasing. Suck it in, release. Same thing. We're trying to make that connection of your left rib cage to your right hip, right rib cage to left hip. Suck in your tummy. Okay. Keep your abs engaged. Here we go. Keep your pelvic floor on, keep your abs on. You're gonna lift your hips up off the ground and lower it back down. Try to connect your hips to your shoulders. Keep your abs engaged. You feel this in no joints. So if you feel this in your knees, tighten up your quads and your hamstrings, your calves. Feel it in your low back, tighten up your abs. You feel it in your neck and shoulders, relax. Suck in that tummy. Okay, good, rest. Keep that pelvic floor on, keep your abs engaged. We're going back into your sit-ups. You're gonna suck in your tummy, then release. Suck it in, release. Really try to flatten out your stomach. You wanna feel it on the inside of your abdomen and not just outside. You wanna feel it in the obliques, which will be just inside of your hip bones. You feel that transversus like a belt across the front. My number? We'll go to 60. Okay, here we go again. We're gonna lift our hips off the ground. We're gonna go for a walk. It's opposite hand, opposite foot. Imagine there's a champagne glass on your belly that you don't wanna spill as you're walking. Keep your abs engaged. This is connecting hips to shoulders. Don't let the work go into your knees. If you feel it in your knees, you need to tighten up more muscles. Abs are engaged. Suck in your tummy. Okay, second set, lift up your hips. Champagne glass on your stomach. Let's go for a walk. Abs are nice and tight. Keep those hips off the ground. And good, rest. Keep breathing. Now you're going to take this block, and I've messed up my mat, great. And you're going to put it underneath your sacrum. Okay, abs are engaged. Keep your spine level. Don't let it arch or bow. Keep your abs engaged. You're just going to lift your feet up off the ground and put them back down. This is going to force you to use your abs. You can put your hands in a stick 'em up position on the roller if you'd like. Keep your lats on, abs on, everything's stabilizing. As of now, we take it into a toe touch. Keep your abs engaged. And then here we go, finally, as we double time it. Touch, 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 touch. Keep that champagne glass level. Abs are nice and tight, shoulder blades are down and back, lats are on. And good, okay, good. Last thing, take your legs into the air, abs. You're gonna pull your feet up over the top of your head, sort of. It's in that direction. Okay, good. Finally, you gotta lift your butt up. You're gonna take the block out from behind your shoulder blades. You're gonna lay on top of the roller. We're gonna go lengthwise. Let me get this. Where is it? Okay, lay on this roller, butt at one end, head at the other end. See what it feels like after everything we've done. We've opened up the shoulders, we made that upper ring. It connects us into our abs. We've opened up the hips. Hopefully that's not me. Keep your abs engaged. Shoulder blades are down and back. Just see what it feels like to breathe now. Feel the connection you have, especially through your core after we've created that upper ring of dynamic tension in the shoulders and even down in the hips. And I'm going to change up the music as you guys continue to lay on your back. What is going on here? Okay. This has been another day fraught with technological problems. Sorry for that. But everyone will have those days. And the goal is to find grace in whatever happens, whether it's positive or negative, to find grace. Nobody likes a sore loser, but nobody likes a sore winner either, or over gloating winner. It is to be able to find meditation in whatever situation's in front of you. Find the connection. Because acting out is acting out at the end of the day, whether it's acting out in happiness or acting out in sadness or anger or frustration or joy or hysteria. I had a client and she would always get injured when she was extremely happy because she would act out very ballistically and lose control. That wasn't healthy. We all know stories, like Mari and I were talking about a little earlier, people like Robin Williams and other famous actors that found depression and found a way to remove themselves from life. It's to find the balance. So as you're on the roller, connected to your center, find your balance. Find what it feels like to be in your center, on top of a roller, breathing, with no side-to-side motion. Feel what it feels like to have your head over the top of your pelvic floor, an upper ring of stability, connecting to your hips through your abs. Feel what it feels like to be in meditation. You guys have done an extraordinary job. And you continue to do an extraordinary job with your lives. We appreciate that you show up. We appreciate that you engage with us and bring us willingness and openness. Thank you for all that you do in the world. And on behalf of Mari and I, we really appreciate you. And we wish you namaste.